And I want to say F what other people say. Everybody know I told them that. Our whole crew know I told them that. From Slick to Nord, Bunny, Big Boy, Eddie, all the people that was with us that night know I told them that. 9 people end up dead.
With the selection of a jury in the Sean Diddy Combs case almost complete, prosecutors are preparing for opening arguments on Monday. But they admit there's a snag. One of their key witnesses against the rapper appears to have gone missing.
Massive shakeup in the case against Sean Diddy Combs. Jury selection has been delayed. Witnesses are vanishing, and his ex-bodyguard is being sued for exposing everything. And yes, that includes the infamous freak-off tapes.
There's been a delay in jury selection in the striking trial of Sean Diddy Combs, the judge postponing the last phase of the process until Monday.
And if that's not wild enough, celebs like Michael B. Jordan, Kanye West, and Robert Downey Jr. are being name-dropped in court. This is more than a trial. It's a potential takedown of an entire elite circle. Let's break it all down. Jury selection for Diddy's explosive trial was supposed to wrap this week, but instead, total chaos.
So literally just leaving the federal courthouse, lots happened today. The big thing is there is still no jury.
One potential juror straight up emailed the judge saying, "This is just too much. I can't do it." Another was disqualified for hiding an active lawsuit with the city of New York. Prosecutors are worried this case is already scaring off jurors. So Monday morning, they're bringing all 43 remaining candidates back in for a second round. No more delays. They're jumping straight into opening statements.
With the selection of a jury in the Sean Diddy Combs case almost complete, prosecutors are preparing for opening arguments on Monday. But they admit there's a snag. One of their key witnesses against the rapper appears to have gone missing. This comes as we learn that Combs' ex-girlfriend, who was seen on video being assaulted by the rapper, is pregnant. Here's Les Trent.
Is a key witness in the Sean Diddy Combs trial backing out? Victim number 3, as she's called, was set to testify against the music mogul. The name of victim number 3 was going to be revealed when she took the stand, but the woman has apparently gone missing, and prosecutors say they've been unable to reach her.
People just get nervous, and this person could just be nervous and just has had second thoughts.
If the prosecutor can't find this witness, how might it affect the case?
Look, I don't think it's going to have a tremendous effect. The prosecution is going to call a number of alleged victims. So look, this is just one less.
Someone else is also getting cold feet. A juror sent an email to the judge asking to be removed from the panel for issues of personal well-being.
That's not just urgency. That's fear. Fear that this trial could fall apart before it even starts. Now, this is where it gets disturbing.
Well, I mean, on the surface, if the prosecutor's claims are true, this seems like pretty much textbook witness tampering, right? I mean, it appears to be an effort to either, in some cases, intimidate witnesses from testifying against him, or there have been other reports of sort of inducing people to make statements in his defense. There was some allegation that in one instance this was a statement that he, in essence, dictated or drafted with a woman who made a statement that was attempting to rebut one of the accusers, I believe, in a civil case against him. I mean, witness tampering is bad. The things that Sean Combs is accused of are terrible. He pleads his innocence. The justice system will presumably work its way through.
It is likely that there is some underlying truth to at least some of the allegations. There might be a lot of underlying truth to a lot of the allegations. There's probably some bandwagoning going on. We spoke to an attorney who's for one of the victims, alleged victims of Diddy a few weeks ago. I believe Amber Nomiki and I did, and they said they had calls, they had information, they had people, hundreds of them, come forward. They're not going to represent all of them. They're, which ones have evidence that can be compelling. What are the best cases to bring that? I also saw a story in the New York Post. This is from a week ago about Diddy stuff that I wanted to read the headline of. Woman claims she saw minors dressed as Harajuku Barbies at Sean Diddy Combs' freak-off parties, what he was describing there to Conan so many years ago. Said these were sex-fueled parties with what she initially thought were little people dressed as Japanese Barbies. And she said, this is her talking to TMZ, are those midgets? And she actually thinks they were they were kids dressed up in sexy.
Oh, gross.
So again, that's just from someone who provided this information to TMZ for a documentary, but pretty disgusting.
It is.
Witness 3, gone, completely off the grid. Prosecutors say they can't reach her, and she may have been intimidated into silence. One cooperating witness, they've received over 200 calls, allegedly from Diddy and his associates, even while he's behind bars.
And you right about Diddy's phone being tough, because the news came out that his former bandmate from Dirty Money, she called the other group member Dunn 58 times trying to get her to stop the lawsuit against Diddy.
She ain't the only one he was trying to get in contact with. Do you understand? He sent somebody through somebody else to try to get in contact with me, telling me enough is enough. Oh, okay. You tell Big Mama that enough is enough. You can't tell Wolf Mama enough is enough. You tell D Ferg Mama enough is enough. You understand? You tell all those people who supported you and they survivors, enough is enough.
You didn't tell me about this. So he tried to get somebody to reach out to you?
No, I got a phone call from Kirk Burroughs. And Kirk Burroughs, and I ain't gonna even get this guy no play. Not Kirk Burroughs, but one of the Puff dudes that I know that's real close to him said, Kirk told me, yo, he wanna reach out to you, Gene. He wanna speak to you. I said, speak to me for what? What do you want to speak to me for? If he's trying to speak to me, it's for Puff. Point blank. I know the dude. I know how close he is to Puff. He's been with Puff from day one. So he ain't got nothing to say to me, bro. But Kirk Burroughs did say to me that the dude said enough is enough. When do it becomes enough?
And get this, multiple witnesses say they were offered cash bribes, including at least one who claims someone connected to Diddy offered them $10,000 to keep quiet or flip their story. Think about that. He's in jail, and somehow he's still allegedly pulling strings, making calls and moving money. That's not just witness tampering, that's organized manipulation. Now Diddy is suing his own former bodyguard, Gene Deal, a man who's been dropping bombshells daily.
This is relayed to me by Kirk Burroughs. This guy is like this with Diddy. You seen him on Drink Champs with him. You see him walking the streets in Miami with him, the whole 9 yards. So I'm saying to him, what does he want to talk to me for? He ain't got nothing to say to me. He said, yo, Gene, he said enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? Enough is enough to what? And I told Kirk Burroughs, I said, yo, if he wanted, I said, he don't want to talk to me for himself. He wanted to talk to me for Diddy. And I ain't got nothing to say to him. He ain't said enough is enough to Wolf Mother when he cursed out and told her all kinds of shit. Did he say enough is enough to Big's mother? What do you mean enough is enough? And that's how that conversation went.
How did you feel about it after you were done?
I felt that, like, cause they must have got at Kirk Burroughs, cause Kirk called me with the bullshit. Yo, you gotta fix that. You know this, man. God, excuse me. Listen here, bro. I don't care nothing about none of these industry cats and what they do and how they do it. That's their business. You understand? I don't tell a man how to screw his wife and how to spend his money. You don't tell me what I gotta do with my time. Point blank.
You know, do you feel like at some point Diddy could try to come after you or do something, you know, being that he's went after a lot of people, you know, he's did a lot of stuff, as you know about.
Cam, let me tell you something, man. If I worried about what somebody would do for me, I wouldn't be the man that I am.
Gene is the only Inner Circle member who never signed an NDA, and he's been speaking out, publicly and relentlessly, about everything he saw.
Couple parties I seen and I knew that they were spiking drinks. My girl was at the New Year's party, right? I'm at the front door. I gotta make sure everybody got their passes and everything like that. So then, my girl and her girlfriend is in the party. So they get bottles of champagne. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking for them. After everybody comes, they close the door. So I'm going knocking in doors, looking at people. I'm looking for my kid's mother now. What the fuck, what's going on? And I'm getting hysterical. So I decided to go to the car, and I looked in the car. She was in the car asleep. She said, Gene, we started drinking champagne, and I didn't feel good. And me and Debbie came here and went to sleep.
He claims he saw Diddy spike champagne with drugs, threaten grieving mothers, and ignore security warnings that his events were dangerous. 9 people died. 9.
And my whole thing about it is that Puff wasn't right what he did to people around us, man. He wasn't right what he did to people around us. Him being hard-headed, not listening, and not telling the truth and constantly lying cost a lot of people their lives, man. It cost a lot of people their lives. I want him to understand. When I told him, if we don't do something to these doors, people gonna die tonight. And forget, and I wanna say F what other people say. Everybody know I told him that. Our whole crew know I told him that. From Slick to Nord, Bunny, Big Boy, Eddie, all the people that was with us that night. Know I told them that. 9 people end up dead.
This lawsuit, it's not just legal retaliation. It's a high-stakes chess move to silence the one man still talking.
Well, a lot of these rappers, a lot of these industry people, anybody who does business nowadays with the internet, they have indies, non-disclosure. That means that if you work for them, you around them, you can't disclose any of the information about them. It's the same thing that he gave to all his artists when he gave them their publishing back. I'm gonna give y'all publishing, but y'all can't talk about Janice Combs, Justin Combs, Sony, Bad Boy, or anything that happened. Y'all can't talk about none of that. But there's some artists that didn't say anything, that didn't sign it, and they able to talk about anything they want to.
And then there's Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former girlfriend and now a potential star witness. Prosecutors say she may need federal witness protection because of the threats she's received.
Here's why Michael B. Jordan, Kanye West, and more celebrities were name-dropped at Sean Diddy Combs' trial. As jury selection in the mogul's sex trafficking trial got underway May 5th in New York, NBC News reports prospective jurors were shown a list of more than 100 names of people and places that may be referenced during the trial, including actors Michael B. Jordan, Mike Myers, and rapper Kanye West. While the aforementioned celebrities are not implicated in the case, the potential jurors were asked whether they knew any of the names listed and whether it would impact their ability to be impartial, per the outlet. Attorneys did not share an explanation for the list. The names of women who have taken legal action against Combs were also on the list, including his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, whose November 2023 sexual abuse lawsuit against the rapper was settled one day after it was filed. Danity Kane alum Dawn Richard, who accused Combs of sexual assault in a lawsuit filed in September, was also listed. Combs has denied any wrongdoing in both cases.
Cassie filed a bombshell abuse lawsuit in 2023 and settled it within 24 hours. At the time, it looked like a quick payout, but now it's starting to look more like a silencing maneuver. When Cassie, someone with resources, lawyers, and fame, needs protection just to speak. It tells you this case runs much deeper than just Diddy. During jury selection, potential jurors were shown a list of over 100 names, and some of them might surprise you. Michael B. Jordan, Mike Myers, Robert Downey Jr., Kanye West. Yes, that Kanye.
The candidates are being asked about their own connections to or impressions of an array of celebrities, and with no explanation why, at least not yet. The parlor games have begun, my friends. Everybody is trying to connect the dots between the shiny, famous names and the beleaguered rap star Diddy and the charges. Just today, the name Robert Downey Jr. came up in court when a prospective juror said that He knew a Robert Downey in high school. It was kind of funny. But Robert Downey, the actor, and Diddy apparently do know each other and have been seen together in public. But Robert Downey Jr. reportedly never attended Diddy's parties. So if he does figure into this trial somehow, it's going to be a lot of news to a lot of us. Mike Myers, another favorite Canadian, favorite actor, favorite comedian. He is on the jury question list as well. And that too is a tongue-wagging mystery.
Now, the court hasn't said why those names are relevant, but showing them to jurors means one thing. They could be called as witnesses or implicated. And reports say Diddy was offered a plea deal, but only if he named names. That could explain why some big names are suddenly laying low. This week, even Bishop T.D. Jakes, a powerful spiritual leader and longtime Diddy associate, stepped down as head pastor. The timing? Suspiciously close to reports of Diddy flipping.
This was a shock to many in the religious community. Bishop T.D. Jakes has been a spiritual advisor to presidents and a religious voice to thousands. Now he says it's time to pass the baton to a new generation.
This is a beautiful moment for me.
From the pulpit Sunday, Bishop T.D. Jakes announced that he was stepping down from leadership at the Potter's House, the Dallas megachurch he founded in 1996 and has led ever since.
I cannot afford, especially after November, to risk something happening to me and you be sheep without a shepherd.
This is video from the service Jakes is referencing in November. It wasn't until months after his medical incident that he confirmed to the public he had a heart attack. Now, 5 months later, he told his congregation he had been preparing his daughter, Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts, and his son-in-law, Pastor Torrey Roberts, to take the lead.
And then there's Jay-Z. He allegedly offered a victim $10,000 to withdraw a lawsuit connected to Diddy. That case? Quietly dismissed. These aren't just rumors anymore. It's looking more like a full-blown cover-up. So where do things stand? Jury selection resumes Monday. At least one key witness is still missing. Diddy is being accused of tampering while locked up, and the celebrity circle around him starting to crack. Diddy may be the man on trial, but if the reports are true, we could be looking at the unraveling of an entire Hollywood and hip-hop network built on NDAs, intimidation, and silence. Is Diddy the fall guy, or just the first domino? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because if this trial continues the way it's headed, the next big name could fall any day now.